The best pen is the one that you have on you. The pen closest by, the one that's most available, is the very best pen you could ever use at any given moment. The ink pen is a tool. It is a tool that is meant to assist in transmission of ideas from brain to paper. Alright, so we're going to be reviewing the metal-barreled Pilot G2 pen, technically called the Pilot G2 Limited. So this thing comes in a 0.7 millimeter tip. That's pretty much the standard. I think it's called fine. And these also just come in a pack of one. So if you want multiple, you get, more than one. I know, for example, the Sharpie S-Gel metal barrel pen that I used to use, I actually have it right here. So these actually come in a pack of 2, which is pretty sweet. And pretty much not a ton different from the regular G2 versus the metal one. The ink is exactly the same. Only difference is I'm pretty sure these come a bit more full, the ink cartridges. The clicking mechanism is actually a little bit different too. Not a ton, but it is different enough. So this here is just how it looks normally, not clicked or anything. But then when you click it, the clicker actually stays up. It's got like a spring within the spring. For one reason or another, I don't really know why this is important, if it's important at all. Because like usually, it'll be kind of down like that, and then it's not anything significant. It's just a feature, I guess. So the clip is metal, the barrel part is metal, some of the parts within are plastic. The grip on this one is actually quite nice. It's a lot better than the regular G2 grip. It's grippier. The shape of it's also a little bit different, which I quite like. It's squishier, which at first was kind of like, it was a little weird to me, but I have grown to quite like it actually. So in weight, it's actually a little heavier, I think. I don't have a scale or anything, but it is actually a little bit heavier than the Sharpie metal pen, the metal S-Gel, which I really like the heavy. I'm a huge fan of the heavy. Whenever I got the S-Gel, the metal S-Gel pens, that was more of an experiment to see if I enjoyed the heavy as much as I thought I would. And it turns out that it was fantastic. I love the heavy. So having a heavy pen again is really, really good. The only thing of this, I've been using this for maybe a week now. And the only thing is that with the Pilot G2, it needs to be 1 millimeter ink. It needs to be that boulder tip because I can actually show you. I have it written in here somewhere. Actually, I was writing this video. Part of it here, see down here how it got real skippy? The ink is completely full. It is completely full. So the issue I have with the 0.7 is the ink skips. If you write slower, if you write smaller, that's not necessarily an issue. But the way that I write a little bit bigger, or at least, medium sized, and I write relatively quickly. So with all of that said, there's a couple of different things. So having a bolder ink, you tend to run out of ink quicker because it uses more, but your lines are better. Your writing is better, it's more black, it's more clear, and it doesn't skip until like the very, very end when it's dying. So that's a plus. So in order to make this pen like the best pen, I need to do a little bit of a transplant. And it's funny because as far as I'm aware, to get these pens, like just the G2 pens by themselves, it's actually cheaper per pen, I think, to get the pens than it is to get the ink refills. Which I don't know why that is. I think it's weird. It's so weird that I could be wrong, and I probably am wrong. But if I'm not wrong, that'd be something. I just have these pens. And also, I lied earlier. They're just this full normally. So I want to transplant the ink. That way I have the bolder tip, because I really just prefer that. So here we go. We have the 0.7 and the 1 millimeter ink side by side here. I've already gone through quite a bit of ink, to my surprise. It is having that difference in tip makes a world of difference. And also I feel like that ball rolls a little better. I don't know. Also, can you, just out of curiosity, can you? No. Okay. I was wondering if you could put like the metal handle on the barrel part of the other one, but oh well, not that important. So just gonna put the 1 millimeter ink in the metal barrel, and there we go. It's perfect. I did this with the Sharpies as well, because with the Sharpies as well, I preferred the bolder tip. Actually, does this have any ink in it? No, it doesn't. Well, but I did that with the Sharpies as well, because again, I prefer the bolder tip. Nothing wrong with the 0.7, it's all your preference, but personally, I just am not huge on it. So now that I have the 1 millimeter ink in the metal pen, I deem it perfect. I think it's great. I want to go through here and give it a little writing test. Draw a little line. Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Writing. Oh, and see, having the writing, it's so much smoother to me with the bold tip. So having that mixed with the metal barrel, it's just fantastic. Writing test featuring metal G2 plus 1mm ink. Oh yeah. Just scribble all it. That's good. That's really good. I like that. Also, for those that are interested, I'm using the Valentine's edition from Field Notes. They are still giving them away as I'm recording this, but I think they're probably almost out. So that's cool. My review of this pen, the clip is nice. I really like the clicking device. It's a little bit more firm than the plastic version. The only difference is the jump is better. So like the plastic pen is lighter weight, so it jumps a lot higher than the metal one does. That I enjoy, but also it's not like a crucial factor, so I guess we'll let it slide just this once. Like I said, there's not much writing test to be done because it's the exact same as the Pilot G2 pen. I have another video if you want to see the official Pilot G2 test. There's a video up here on the screen right now. But yeah, the grip is really nice. It's really firm. It's a thick barrel. I think it's actually thicker than the regular, just a hair, just a very, very small hair. So for somebody like me with bigger hands, having a thicker, heavier pen really helps. And I think having a heavier pen for me personally, it keeps my handwriting kind of down to earth. It keeps it neater, keeps it within the lines, if you will, because you know, with a light pen, I could just fling it everywhere, but with a heavier pen, it kind of changes the center of gravity a little bit, and it makes it a little bit more easy to keep it in line. So again, having that bigger, heavier body it helps me write smoother, cleaner, which in turn helps everything else in the process, because if I can read my own writing a little better, then life is easier in general. So that's dope. It's interesting too, because with the click mechanism, I don't know if you can tell, there's this little light, I think it's like a lime green little piece in there, and that I couldn't tell you what that is, but I think it's pretty neat. So yeah, this is the Pilot G2 Limited metal barrel. Pretty much exactly the same as the regular Pilot G2 pen, only it's heavier. It's got a different clicking mechanism. The grip is better, in my opinion. Overall, I quite enjoy this pen. I will be using this as my everyday pen until I find another pen that I like better, which I don't foresee in the near future. For the time being, I'm just going to continue writing with my metal Pilot G2 pen. In being really analytical about this pen, I find that after making a slight modification, this pen, my metal-barreled Pilot G2 pen, is perfect. Not perfect in general, but perfect to me, to my particular liking. I like a heavier pen, so I use metal. I like a bolder line, so I transplant a 1mm pen refill to the metal body. I like the clip, I like the grip, and I like the click. The perfect pen is the one you have on you. The perfect pen is the one that you make into your own. Through trial and error, we find our perfect pen. Sometimes, our idea of perfect changes. This, for example, used to be my perfect pen, but now it's not. And that's okay. But as of right now, this pen, my metal-barreled Pilot G2 with transplanted 1mm pen refill, is my perfect pen. The video you just watched is brought to you by the all-new GareTheBear merch. Shop our earliest designs and help support this channel in style. I have the hoodie on right now, as well as the snapback, both embroidered, both great quality. So thank you for buying merch, and thank you for watching.